good morning, good noon, good evening, wherever time and place you're listening to us from, straight from the 909. We have a special guest in the building, Fam Likely in the studio.
Wiggy woo! Oh my God!
And myself, Nesquick, and together that's hip hop. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does mean a lot. We're working to 5K subscribers, so we're on our way there. So thank you guys for the love and support. Today we're fellowshipping with two cornerstone figures in the Inland Empire's underground hip hop scene, blending sharp lyricism and deeply rooted community engagement. Tangent Wiggy, known for his work with the West Coast Avengers, channels a distinctive nerdcore aesthetic, fusing comic book lore, political commentary, and poetic musings. His intellectual approach to rhyming and commitment to local art spaces, publications, and mentorship reflect a larger mission of uplifting the IE's creative ecosystem. His artist is equal parts whimsical and reflective, grounded in San Bernardino's roots while always reaching for higher narrative meaning. While Diesel 5K1 brings a soul-bearing depth to his music, known for introspective lyrics and self-love, mental health, and perseverance, his work is notable for his emotional resonance and sincerity, establishing him as both a lyrical technician and a storyteller. Together, as Fam Likely, Tangent and Diesel merge their styles, fusing Tangent's cerebral humor with Diesel's heartfelt honesty to create music that is simultaneously quirky and profound. Their collaborative legacy stands as a testament to the Inland Empire's resilience and creative voice, elevating regional hip-hop through authenticity, intellect, and grassroots energy. The Tangent Wiggity Supreme Wiggity Woo and Big Diesel Luke Beige 5K and County. Welcome to the show, brothers.
Dang.
Like, don't you cry, because I'm like,
oh man,
I feel like I should have worn a better shirt with that intro. Thank you.
That's a top 2 intro I've ever gotten. Dude, like, thank you. Oh, man, this is a good show. All right, let's go.
I was like, is he talking about me? Like, that's... Okay.
We'll talk about anything you want. We'll talk about music. We'll talk about Back to the Future. Let's go, homie.
Hey, guys, brothers, it's well-earned, brothers.
Thank you, Isaiah.
Yeah.
That was so kind of you, man.
All the work you guys put in, it's just a matter of somebody recognizing it and seeing it. And you know what? It ain't easy doing what you guys do, and it's so dope. It's beyond music. It's really beyond that you guys are lifting up this whole IE. It's dope. So peace to you guys. Thanks for even being on the show. It's an honor for us to have you guys.
Thank you.
We met through the Limelight.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
And it's crazy because it's the reason why I linked up to the Limelight was because of Speaks Geek.
He's awesome.
We had him on the show. I saw he was doing a performance. I'm like, yo, I got to go there.
Okay.
I feel like maybe I saw you at the shop at some point. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so he was dope, man. And
love him.
Seeing him post that was like, it got them, because I'm writing for an album myself. So I was like, oh, you know what? I got to start performing.
Okay.
So that's what led me to like, oh, let me try this out and get my feet wet.
Yes.
So it's a dope platform for that. Can you talk a little bit about that, Diesel? Like how that started, how long you guys been doing? Because you guys been doing that for a while now. Right?
Yeah, I mean, like that current increment of it, like it's like for like half a year or whatnot. But like me and Personal, we've worked together on previous entities and whatnot. And I've been throwing shows out here since I can't even tell you a date on that. So like, I mean, I'll get to my spurts.
Early
like
2000s.
I'll have like a venue, do something there for a few years and whatnot, and we go through our growth spurts and different things we want to do and whatnot. I always come back to it, but I always love like giving people a platform, because I remember the times when I needed it. When I would jump into every single open mic that I could find. Big.
Like, you guys rocked out on that show. I remember
the Limelight.
Maybe you showed up. You showed up with the piano.
Oh,
I was like, oh man, he's about to do something on the keys. And that hit me. It triggered me because I play piano too. So I'm like, oh, what is he gonna do on the keys right now? I was like, oh man, I should have brought a piano. But it was dope how you incorporated the live instruments, and it feels like you just spazzed at one point. Like you spazzed, and then Diesel, I felt like you were just like very present. In the moment. So that was dope.
Like I'm a little country, he's a little rock and roll.
That's funny.
That's dope. The chemistry is obviously there. Like, you could tell but how did this come together? Like, where did the initial seedlings of this begin?
Yeah, we're kindred spirits. Like we've had similar circles from like, we're both like IE dudes from San Bernardino, but we've both been in circles out in San Diego and LA, whatever. We just taking what we have like on the road in various places and whatnot. But we've always like had mutual respect for each other. We go in similar veins. We talk about a lot of the same stuff. Like I'd get it through the kidney if you needed it, right? Like if somebody ever tried to hurt him, I'd murder that person without a question, you know. And we've always been collaborating, trading verses and choruses over the years, and it only just makes sense for us to get together. Like people really like us, you know, individually, and they really, really, really love us together. So it's like it felt like we're also doing a service to people that support us because they get to support us like together in one package, you know. So it's people like to root for us, and we love that love, and we want to give it back, and we want to give them a good show. And so far, like it's been a wild ride, and we love what we do with it, you know. That's a simple version. I'm sure he'll go much more of that. He's a Virgo, so he's gonna tell every detail of it.
I've told the story a few ways, but I think I have a shorter way and a new way to say it. And just I'll say this: that Diesel and I have been friends for about a decade now, and probably musical compatriots that whole time. And most of that time, every couple of years, we'll make a nerd song, like a nerd collab or two together. And with Fam Likely, we've kind of invited each other. I give Diesel a little more credit for like setting the context of Fam Likely, but he's correct when he says that it's both of us behind it a lot. With Fam Likely, we're giving each other the opportunity to do something more personal, more romantic, R&B, pop group, boy band, but also like still like rappy, you know, like Hall & Oates, Chromeo is a lot of the influence that I have in my mind. But yeah, it's us inviting each other to do a different kind of set of collabs with each other than the nerdy stuff we've historically done, and it's really fun.
I heard a track that you guys did. I thought was really dope. It was the Go Go Gadget one. It was
Inland Gadget.
That was
Right.
Yeah.
Right, that's exactly an example of the kind of, you know, we have a Gadget one, we have one I'm a Nerd, we have a West Coast Avengers one, where every one of Diesel's bars is a West Coast Avenger reference, you know, so, you know, that's definitely the kind of thing that we did for the first 5-10 years of our friendship.
Yeah, and it's always like, you know, in the Ninja Turtles movie when Mikey's like, oh, a fellow chucker, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, so we're like we're kindred spirits. Like, I mean, we obviously have our differences. We're individuals and whatnot, but like we go in similar wavelengths, and it's very, very parallel to each other. So it's just a natural fit of what we do. We try to do songs about any and everything, and it all works out. We're both very well versed writers, and it helps us challenge ourselves to do something that's different. Like I don't make music like Fam Likely for my stuff. I don't make happy music.
That's dope.
And his is more political and, you know, more nerd based and whatnot, and talks stoner life, this and that. Mm-hmm. Fam Likely was a big challenge to us, and it's been a fun challenge.
Yeah,
a creative challenge to go into it, and like people really, really.
I enjoy a lot of the back and forth. You know, that
Thank
back
you.
and forth is really cool. It's almost like conversational. A bit, and it's very engaging too. Like it's cool the way you guys present it. It's like a whole thing, the whole aesthetic to it, which is dope.
Like theater, you know, a lot of people talk about that when they're talking about Wingman. You know, how we're going back and forth and introducing each other, like we're like at a bar introducing each other to women, and there's definitely an element of theater to it because I think we both believe in showmanship and we both believe in being off book and, you know, being prepared for respecting your audience's time because you're prepared and you really brought them a show and an experience.
Entertaining them because like they don't need to be there.
Right,
they're out there.
It could be anywhere.
Yeah, they came out, probably got a babysitter, called the night
They
off.
could watch the highlight the next day on YouTube.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, they came out to hear us talk about ourselves and sound cool for a little bit. So we appreciate that, and we want to make it worth their time and give them a great experience to go home with, you know?
Right.
So you guys are working on a new project. It's, you know, coming close to release.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk to me, just, you know, you don't have to say much, but just a little bit of what that's about for you guys?
So he's recently told me that I somehow constructed this masterful playlist.
Oh,
as a story.
Yeah.
It was just the way that I, you know, sequenced the songs on the album. And I had no idea, even though I, you know, made, you know, a good chunk of it with him. So I'll let him explain that because I didn't realize there was a whole story to the album. I just thought we were just putting out jams.
So the album is out now on even.biz. If you go to even.biz and you look up Fam Likely or look up More Than Likely, then our debut album is there. Next Friday, June 13th, it'll be on everything else. It'll be on Spotify and Apple and the rest. But what he's talking about, I totally agree with and co-sign. I've been telling him, man, the playlist you made is so brilliant because the nature of the love songs of Fam Likely, I'll say that the playlist mimics the arc of a relationship. You know, like the meeting, the falling in love, the honeymoon period, the delirious the delirium of the falling in love and the honeymoon period, and then different kinds of rejection and disconnection and discord and dissonance that happen with the relationship, and then a touching of bases with other values, like maybe your family or your kids, right? And then the album kind of ending with like the potential of new love, and depending on how you're listening to it, it could be like the cycle of new love with a new potential love interest, or starting the cycle over again with one of the previous love interests, depending on how you listen to the album.
And that's exactly how I planned it.
Yeah,
that's what I meant to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was pushing back on his playlist at first because I was like, "That's not how I did it." But then I listened to how he did it. I'm like, "Okay, that's pretty great."
Who knew the OCD
it added some power to it for me.
Who knew the OCD would be productive? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first track, Wingman, I thought that was a nice, fun song. There was a line where I think you started to spaz, Tangent. It was the part where you were like, "Where are we from?" And you're like, "Dino."
Live from the Dino. Tangy like him older, Diesel like him Filipino. He fly up in his chinos. He'll cook your tortellino. So,
you're just spazzing. Right
get your nails done. You should tip your tech a C note. Yeah.
Really fun to perform that song.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, I love missaying stuff, right? Like I say tortellino. Like I know tortellini is the correct
that's what's
term.
funny about
right,
it.
right, right. But it's like we're in an era where it's like, you know what? I even feel like Kendrick, he knows what he's doing. Amber lamps,
Right.
call it amber lamps, like he knows, we
I
know.
know.
I was happy that I could throw Twitter paid it in there and make
It was
sound
good.
cool.
It was good. That was actually that's a great scheme in there.
Yeah, you have a great scheme too, Diesel. On I think on "Prove My Love." This is where I take note. Right from the get go. I don't do the bare minimum. When you come across someone red, you remember them. Stay giving them the same level of care. You
Sentiment.
sent to them. Oh yeah.
First come across the glare and you stay at various interims.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Thank you.
Water and earth, fire and air. I've been in them.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, sorry. Keep going. Yeah.
And I'm hearing that from a rapper's ear. Like I'm very much. I consider myself like battle rapper, spitter.
Okay.
So I'm hearing that. I'm like, oh shit, we got something right here. Yeah, and it's like snuck in there. Like it's not something heavy that you guys are doing, but it's there. Yeah. I hear it, and I'm like, oh, that's dope.
It's like I know he wanted to go off a certain way on this beat, but like he's putting it towards the song and the theme of the song.
You're creating the whole image of it, the song. So that I thought that was dope. But there's like a lot of highlights in that I think that are, it's very cohesive. The whole like he was saying, I felt like it was a story being told. I felt like there was a theme being at play here. So that was dope. And I think that it's cool. You guys kind of touched on that, because I feel like a lot of people are too serious sometimes,
okay.
Coming out the gate, and this is kind of more lighthearted, but it's also fun. But there's also some themes there too that you could take for real, so that's cool too.
When you talk about like people are too serious, I mean, how do I put this? There's a space for every kind of mood and music, right?
Yeah.
And I dig and love in that, but I do feel like, and we talk about this in different ways all the time, how like there's this gap in people's listening diet for some people who are friendly, who are not saying like, I'm better than you and I'm going to take this from you, but it's just like, actually come have a drink with me.
Like stop threatening me.
Yeah, actually come have a drink with me. Come eat a piece of cake with me. Come sit with me on a nice bench on a sunny day.
And is your sister single?
But flirty and fun. Like, hey, come dip your toe in the pool with us and have a drink.
It's the famous enemy of the rapper. It's the sucker MC. Every rapper has that sucker MC that they're spitting to. And it's like, it's the same old story.
But, we have that guy. Our guy is like the sourpuss boyfriend who's mad that his girlfriend is like laughing and giggling at the Fam Likely set. Like that's our sucker MC in the Fam Likely album.
That's dope.
It's like when he used to treat you right. He's like to take you to a nice dinner. He is open the door.
Oh, that is true.
Every moment is that Chris Tucker, Michael Jackson video to me. It's like, get that girl, Michael. It's every moment is just that kind of what is it? Lighthearted silliness is a lot of what I like about Fam Likely.
I like you guys' name too. Just the Fam Likely thing. That's so dope, dude. Like, I was hoping that it was based off of the Scam Likely.
It is.
I was hoping it was.
But it's the opposite. It's like it's not Scam Likely, it's Fam Likely.
Yeah, so that's why that's dope. And it's like every time now I get that, I'm gonna think about you guys because like, I'm like scared. Like, what about Fam Likely? Let's pop them in. Like, that's dope.
We're likely your fam.
Yeah,
I know those guys.
That's it.
How cool would it be if that could be like a subcategory in your phone,
right.
so that like when it's the homies calling, it's Fam Likely.
Yeah, for real though. That's dope.
Yeah.
How did the name, like, did you guys have other names coming up? Like, was there other names that could have made it, or was it that one just right out the gate?
Variations of Fam Likely, like how our aliases in Fam Likely are Fam Rockwell and Fam Cook, and like so at one there was a moment at which we've talked about like what if the name of the group was Fam Rockwell, or what if the name of the group was Fam Cook, or like we had a couple of small conversations, but we pretty quickly liked Fam Likely. Like I think I was just saying it a lot at that time because of Scam Likely and Spam Likely and stuff like that. So he was like, "What should we be?" I'm like Fam Likely. This be Fam. Like I feel like I was ready with it.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah,
I'm easy.
Yeah, I thought that was dope, man. And
Thank you.
It's cool. It's very I don't know, creative, and also like to date with the times, is relevant,
Thank you.
Everybody's been getting that,
and I wanted it to be friendly. Like I keep saying, like it's yes, it's okay that there's mean mugging rappers, but we are not, at least in this identity, we are not some mean mugging rappers. We're some like happy dudes who are inviting you to chill in the pool
like
with
another
us.
spectrum.
Thank you.
Thank you. So you guys are offering another.
Another flavor.
Yeah, another flavor of it. That's dope.
Like we can do that, but we rap.
I've heard you guys both go there. I've heard you guys both go there. So I know you guys both
this guy is like a battle rap champion.
I've heard this too.
He'll embarrass
Allegedly.
somebody.
Dude was spitting bars before we started.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Like he has like Project Blow championships.
That's
on
true.
him. This man's like legit, but the nicest guy in the world. Just like don't go.
There might be some chains.
And that's where I'm from. I'm from that era. The Lyricist Lounge, the Rockets records.
Yeah.
I'm from the area like Chino Excel is my goat. So like that's who I grew up trying to rap like,
crazy,
So that's where we come from. But it's funny, like the same like care and like expertise that we would put into like a battle rap verse.
Yes.
We're putting into like these like love songs and pop songs.
Yeah.
To make them so like they're technically sound like you're mentioning like in True Proof My Love.
Yeah.
I put in the same techniques where I want to bar out on something, but I'm like putting in a song about, hey, I'm trying to prove my love to you, girl.
Yeah.
For real.
So like a lot of these songs, I keep telling them like I think what works with them, by all means, they should be corny, but we're just, and I say it's very humbly, we're just really good at what we do, so it works. But if we sucked at rapping, these songs would be corny.
Sure.
Oh, that's a good point. If you guys sucked at rapping, I don't know if it would have worked. But because you guys don't suck, it
smoothens it. It smoothens the delivery of the sugary drink.
Right.
We'd be like at like some underground clubs where like we know this stuff shouldn't work. We seem like some hardcore heads just like.
That's also that thing of like we're in a different lane than them,
I
right?
like it so much.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Because I've been doing my research and I saw some different tracks from both of you, and you guys bar out, and I've heard it. I think there was a music video you did, Tangent, in front of the Carousel Mall, I think, but before it closed.
Oh, Quaint
was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, thanks,
Quaint
man.
was crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I love that one.
You said something about, and I'm paraphrasing, you said something about like people and their existence kind of coming together like in harmony, like music notes or something.
Oh.
Something crazy, like a very highbrow metaphor bar. And the way you said it was crazy. And I put it together and I caught it because you're spitting fast. I caught it and I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
When people, because it's heaven. When people harmonize like, it's a whole thing. It's near the end of the verse.
You can watch it after this.
Quaint from Tangent,
you went off on that track.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you guys are.
Fix up on the beat.
Yeah. You guys.
And Infinite TGM on the video. And the homie Ben jamming in the video with me.
That's dope. What's your guys' creative process like when you guys come together? Like, do you guys write in the same room? Do you guys send, tracks once you guys record it, or?
A little bit of that. We kind of bounce off like this. I'm a Gemini, and he is Virgo, so we are diametrically opposed when we create sometimes. So we have to be in our own space to do that because we will drive each other nuts. So we can't. It's very rare that we'll write a song in the same place. I love this guy to death. I'm just saying these are our characteristics.
Yeah. What you got, Tangent? What are you thinking?
I mean, I guess. I'll largely agree, but I'll say that one, I think we're ultimately versatile. And if we were in a situation if we were in a situation where we needed to work in studio, I think we would pull it off. And in the situations that we have, we've worked in the studio together as well. And I was going to say, when you make a whole album with somebody, you get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So we've done some first take, first verse stuff. Oh, let's go. We did 5 drafts of this song. We've done some. We're in the studio together with the producer. We've done some. Hey, we just bought this beat off someone online.
Yeah, it's like a whole journey.
Yes, and he was a really fun person to do it with. I love Diesel's enthusiasm and creativity.
I think likewise. We'll take like phrases and whatnot and make a whole idea out of it.
Yes.
And the whole thing with this whole album, like we want to make it like fun. We want to make every song feel like it's a single, like it's your favorite song, like it's a therapy mix. Life is rough, but like put on the Family Like the album. You'll smile.
I want it to feel like you're being like hugs. Like I want these songs to feel like you're being embraced. You're being welcomed in.
It's okay, buddy.
And that's so needed. Like that's needed in rough times.
It might be, man.
That's needed.
Yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. Like I grew up in San Bernardino. I know evil, the worst that's out there. So like I could talk about this stuff all day. This was a nice break for me. Yeah. To talk about something else.
Can you guys shed some light about the Dino? Like just a little bit about from where you've seen it and how you've seen it today. Like how has it come up? Because obviously creatively it's coming up for sure. Yeah. In other aspects, I believe so slowly too as well, but. Creatively, I could just say, just from me, trying to step outside, I could see there's a lot of talent,
Oh yeah.
Could you guys just speak a little bit about that? What you guys thoughts? What you guys thoughts are about it?
I came to Dino in the late '80s, and this thing I've noticed from growing up, from it being a really poor demographic, it's like people had to fight for scraps. So even on the creative aspect, it felt like a fish in a barrel type situation because people needed to get their piece or else they wouldn't survive. And so that translated like into the music world as well for a long time, where like if you were doing a show and you were better than somebody, you may have to be prepared to fight their crew afterwards, or battle them or whatnot. And you have that opposition real talk. And then, times got a little, I won't say more advanced, but you get like the internet, where you can kind of go find stuff outside your demographic, where you don't have to go perform at the same clubs or whatnot. You can spread out there like, hey, you know what? We're better together. We can do more stuff together if we can come together as a community. Then you have places like it was in Fontana, Loretta's Lounge. Shout out to Architect, the Rehab for Hip Hop, Noah James, and the Common Ground, Building Blocks, and Sunny Days and Vibes. You would have all these different entities popping up that would hey, here's something for you guys. Here's a platform for you. Here, come do your thing. We're all trying to do it. And I always say a community is like a good restaurant, right? Like not everything is homegrown. Like you may have to outsource. You may get your napkins from this person, you get your meat from this person, you get your cheeses and this and that. But together that restaurant thrives because it can tap into all these different people in different industries to make a really popping spot. You have all those hands involved. And so same thing with a music community, everybody's gonna put a little paint where it ain't. And I think as a place that has not the most glamorous reputation as San Bernardino, we've come a really, really, really long way. And I always look at like we were, not even just San Bernardino, but the IE in general, right? Yes. We're like the stepchildren of California. Mm-hmm. So a lot of us, we've been growing and doing our music like with weights on. So when we go other places, we find out that we're really, really good because we're doing those reps. We're doing the overtime. We're doing all that extra training and whatnot. And we see it like, oh, like, dang. I'll just show out of state. Like, man, those people were really going hard for me. Mm-hmm. I didn't think I was that good. Like, I guess going outside of my area will show that, And like I said, that's a testament to so many people from the Inland Empire that, like, when you get fronted on, because you're not LA, you're not one of the bigger, or I guess the more popular places or whatever. Right. And shout out, I was born in LA, but
we love LA. We got a lot of our
all my fans out there.
We rally around LA. If there's something going on, best believe we're there. But
we have homies in that music community too. We're close with the Brewhouse Brew. We're close with a lot of East LA people, like and beyond. That's the homies.
Yeah, so many people. Yeah, like we wanna build our stuff and franchise out there. Like we've always built a bridge for them to come out to us, and like likewise, they've always been showing us open arms or whatnot, whatever. But like, still, you want to build your house strong. I always believe like you gotta feed your house before you can help others out. So we got to have that powerful platform that others can come to as well. And we do it from various ways. Even just if I'm throwing shows, or if I'm like being a sound man or a DJ for my show because they need that, I'm gonna go help them with that. Like I learned how to be a DJ and sound man just because the need was out there, or I didn't want to pay extra for people to do it for me. So I learned it, or I knew a homie was throwing a show and he needed someone that can do it of quality. Cool, man, I got you. I got some extra time. I'll help you out. You know, just so we can keep the community thriving and everyone can be on the level. You know.
What about you, Tangent, from the Dino?
I mean, I just realized is that you could always get me with a restaurant metaphor. You could convince me of anything, you know, like, you know, it's like when you add, it's like when you dip fries. It's like when you put fries in the fryer and then you dip the fryer into the grease and then you pull it up.
The fry man's important.
Then you got French fries. You know, how could you argue with that?
I'll be like, you know what? That from Obama or something.
You know, but, okay, as far as the inland, I just feel really blessed to have the life I have in the art community here. Like I can't believe the bounty that I've been able to enjoy, you know, and that's what motivates my desire to share it with the platforms that we put on, with other things I'm involved in that a lot of people know about, like the documentary and the award show. Is that I've had such a blessed, full life, almost the opposite of what Diesel said. We had to fight for scraps. Like I hear him because he's not the only friend that's told me that at times they have felt a dynamic in the community where they had to fight for scraps. So it's like that's a real experience too, and I'm not dismissing that. But just for me, partly because of my life, partly because of my mentality, I think for me it's more like I have an abundance and I want to share it with other people. You know, I hope this doesn't sound J. Cole-ish, you know, like I could focus on just being like the MC, just being the only MC, you know, being, you know, like the guy. And it's just like, I have too much journalistic talent, you know, like I have too much ability to kind of do the kind of thing you do. Like that's why I was so touched by your intro. I've done that kind of thing. I love writing good intros for people. I know the craft and care it takes to write an intro like that. Yeah. And so when I hear that from you, I'm like, damn, I know what he did. Like I know the hours they put in to know my work enough to do that intro because I've done that for people, you know. And so, you know, and when I say that, it's not to pump myself up, but more to say that I think we have an obligation on some level to lend our particular talents to the gaps in our communities, you know. And so it's like, yeah, I could just be an MC, but like there's 8 freaking ill MCs, not just who are ill MCs, but they could sing, they could rap, they could chorus, they could verse, you know, like there's a lot of that, but there was a lot less of people doing what you do and covering the community and making platforms for young and up and coming people to get recognized. So I'm blessed, and I'm blessed to have the opportunity to share it too.
Man, totally. And I've been hearing rumblings about this documentary.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about it?
Oh, yeah. So if you go to Untapped Hip Hop or Untapped Media on YouTube, you'll see the work of Untapped Media, which is largely the homie D. Will and and Vector. And Vector is his co-founding partner of Untapped Hip Hop. I work with them to make a documentary series about Inland Empire hip hop. But their channel, the Untapped Media channel, is a pretty good taste of the kind of stuff we're going to be doing. Their Untapped channel has tons of interviews and content with Inland Empire hip hop artists. Right.
Yeah.
Inland Empire hip hop artists, including Diesel and I, are all over their content, and friends of ours are all over their content. So you get a taste of it there. But it's a documentary series we've been showing in film festivals. We've shown it in several film festivals and film festival settings, and it's been nominated for awards. We've had some success with it, and we're kind of basically in the middle of an equipment upgrade so we could do the next episodes and get the next stuff going.
Wow. So you guys are breaking it out like in series and stuff?
It's going to be episodes like a series. I want it to be at least like a 5 or 6 episode season. And
that's cool.
Yeah.
Who would have thought too? Like, you know, here, like
that's the goal, baby.
I love that most of the media in i.e. the media sources are DIY.
That's
we're
crazy,
like, we're not gonna wait for anyone else to do it. Like we're gonna do it ourselves, and we're gonna control the narrative too.
Yep,
when we do it, you know,
that's crazy.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, whether it's shows or magazine, this podcast, everything. Like we're telling our story.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Sonny Babel was telling me about like all the different platforms of podcasts that he's been on. Yeah, all of them were the IE.
Yeah. Wow.
And they were
that's
dope.
Actually a sea change in a good way.
Yeah.
That's good. It wasn't necessarily like that 10 years ago.
No, it was not like that at all.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they're doing good. They're doing really well for themselves. All of them are doing like, I don't know, they're up there with like 100K or so, builds.
Oh, we got to get on that circuit.
Yeah, they're
I got to follow Sonny's tour bet more.
They're doing it. And so I was just like, that's dope because we did not have that at all. So I'm definitely about that movement. I love everybody playing their part, and like it's cool to kind of like see this rise happen. That's kind of cool.
I want to go back to another restaurant analogy. It's like a food,
And it's gonna work, and I'm gonna agree.
it's like a food court, right? Like
I already like it.
At least 10 of those spots got to be popping for it to be.
That's true.
For it to be an industry,
Yo,
right?
True,
that's one of the
know?
biggest subconscious
Yes.
reasons
It
that
does.
I've
That's
always
true.
trying to push other artists, because it's like, or Hit Boy has a line on his song Sunrise. He says, I can never do like a hater would. When God bless my neighbor, I know he in my neighborhood. It's like, exactly. If it's popping in my neighborhood, it's popping in my neighborhood. It doesn't matter if it's happening for the neighbor.
Like-
That's a good thing for me.
Like I loved, coming up in the scene out here, and there'd be like 4 or 5 options for shows. Like,
Yep.
within that either
Feel like
that
you live in
night
a
or
city.
tonight period. So like, bam, I'm gonna go over to this show, catch these couple sets, go over here, politic, and talk to these people here.
Mm-hmm.
See my friends over at this show. Hey, this is an artist I really mess with. I want to go check him out at this show, and that's a beautiful thing. That means we have a scene. Like my dream. Like I always say, like if my kids, like my daughter says like she's dating a rapper, I want to not cringe when she tells me that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, where does he rap at? Where can I check out this stuff?
Right.
Oh,
Right.
very
He
nice.
raps in front of the health food store.
you'll
He
understand,
talks
like,
about veganism.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a whole business. It's a franchise.
Exactly. Like, and like I gotta contribute to that. I gotta help plant that seed to where so we have
Make it
an
a good
industry.
well.
We have a scene to where like it's a viable,
Right.
commodity.
Right. Yeah, my dream is for that to also take place here in Rialto too.
Yeah.
Hey.
And so that's what my goal is. Like, God willing, we do successful here. Like, actually have a place downtown Rialto or Renaissance or something.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hip hop, do shows there, sell things that are related to hip hop. I would
Nice.
love that. That's a definite in my mind to do.
Hey, you ever need a DJ or sound man? I got you.
Okay, all right, for sure. I'll take you up on that.
And I
Yeah.
got some ideas along those lines. We'll talk.
Okay, yeah, man, that's definitely the goal. Because I feel like Rialto is also a part of it. We're kind of in this middle area. Like,
Yes, we'll talk, but let me just explicitly say us and me and all the organizations I'm involved with, we will help a hip hop renaissance in Rialto. That sounds awesome.
yeah, man.
It's all IE.
Yeah. We will
It's all
help.
San
We'll
Bernardino.
help.
To me, it's all San Bernardino County. It's like a really big,
Yeah, big
county.
big-
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys something related to philosophy here,
Yeah.
dealing with music creating. Do you guys believe that music can create real change?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're all vibrations, right? So music is tapping into certain frequencies. Like I had a whole album. I had a 3-album series. I've talked about it before. Love Hurts. The first album.
That's dope with the hurts too.
Yeah.
Hurts. Yeah.
That's sick.
And like I layered that whole album, each track with like 528 hertz.
Right.
So that brings me peace. It helps me go to sleep. I listen to that almost every night. So I put that on my album so it can feel like a therapy mix, like a literal therapy mix, so you feel better. And there's certain frequencies of music that you tap into that wavelength, and it can change your day. It can save your life, or it can put you in a really bad mood and you may want a mosh pit or whatever. But it's going to affect you. Like there's powerful stuff in there. Like I have synesthesia, to where like with sound, especially music, I associate a color to it. Like I've done track lists before where like, okay, this song is blue, this song is orange, this song is brown, this song is white with a little gray around it, and you can see like auras with that too, because everyone gives off a vibration and whatnot.
dope.
So like anything really sound like I could fully subscribe to that. Like music is one of the most powerful medicines in the world, because it could be a song, it could be a sad song that saves your life just because you need to feel at that moment.
Yeah. I like how you said earlier, Tangent, you were saying something about it being like a almost like a birth, like, because like it almost, and I get what you meant by that, because it's like when you're first writing it, it's just a pencil and paper, like, but as you see it evolve and turn into something where it starts forming legs and starts walking on its own, like it's not even yours anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's the world's. Like that to me is nuts. Like,
And you spend so much time with it, it becomes one of your babies.
Yeah.
And then it's like the pains that you put yourself through at times to process the creation of the thing.
There's a beautiful window in there between like hearing a beat and like writing something to it. Like the what if, the idea,
the
of
possibilities
idea. Like
going through your head.
I love
of the
listening
feel.
to a beat over and over and maybe just like hum some melodies or
Yeah.
freestyle, like without actually making a song. Because I know once I'm making a song, it's not like the beauty's taken away from it, but I know it's just like that part of that appreciation is over and I got to transform it to the next step.
Yeah.
You know. So like while it's in that beautiful cusp, that beautiful limbo of like, being in the womb, like it's such a sweet spot right here. And then you can go to the birth, and then whatever happens, happens.
I was gonna ask you guys, with the creation of this album that you guys have here, what did you guys get out of it? Like, what has it taught you, or what what kind of things did you get out of it from making it?
I got a big one. Like, and it's art will often do this to you too. Like, you think you're playing pretend, and then life will like hit you in the heart and be like, no, fool, this is your life. Damn. Like, Bob Dylan has an album called Blood on the Tracks that he came out with in 1974. That's about his divorce from, I forgot her last name, Sarah something. But it's about I don't know if it's his first divorce or his second divorce, but he's probably in his mid-30s, and it's about divorce, blood on the tracks, and get the metaphor, blood on the tracks, right. And it's like the blood of the song, the blood of his heart on the tracks of the songs, right? And our album's called A Likely Story, but I would have been perfectly fine with calling it Blood on the Tracks, because by the end of, we may have started the album fun and, let's put an ascot on and act like Hall & Oates, and it's like, we're like giggling around and being flirty. By the end of the album, it's like, man, my heart has been through it. Like, my heart, I've been up and down. I've fallen in love again and fallen out and been hurt again. And like
we've been through some life changes.
We've been through, our hearts have been through it. It's like, no, you can't avoid the magic of art. Like when you make art, you cast a spell into the universe, and you cast a sigil of that art into the universe, and it affects the universe that you're in, like prayer, right? And so it's like, making all those love songs, all those sexy songs, all those flirty songs, that energy had to go somewhere. Like it absolutely had an arc that was analogous to the arc of the story of the album.
And like, there's a thin layer of like, say, silver lining in there too. So even on the songs that may seem like sadder or like on a not so happy-go-lucky, there's still like, hey, even though this thing that isn't so favorable to us happen, I'm still gonna find a way to smile out of it. I'm still gonna find the lesson of beauty. There's a song on there called Black Diamond, right? It's technically his solo song. We both have solo songs, but we both do a verse on it, whatever. Black Diamond, it sounds like a love lost song, but what I get from it is like, I'm grateful for the experience. It's a little bittersweet because it didn't work out, but man, that was such a beautiful experience, and I don't want to ever erase that from my head. Like I hear that song and like I tear up listening to it because like his soul is bearing on that, and he just really, really pours it out, and it's a beautiful thing to experience on that song, and seeing him perform it live is great too.
Another way to put it is almost like I was playing it like, what if we were crooners who sang love songs, and it's like, and you live that life for a couple of years, like, whoa. Like being a crooner who sings love songs is like dangerous for the heart. Like it's like a dangerous of the heart business. Like all of a sudden, like, no, you're not just playing anymore. Now you are that guy in the club singing like a love song to a woman you love. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like on the be the artist you want to be, because life will be that movie, bro. Have you ever seen the 5 Heartbeats?
I don't think I have.
Watch that movie.
Something he bugged about, that he was correct to bug about, was like, hey, let's have like a band bonding night and let's watch the 5 Heartbeats. And he was 100% correct. He was 105% correct.
There's a line that pretty much alludes to like, you become a better writer when you suffer more.
I don't fully like that philosophy, but I can't deny there's something to it.
Okay, you can be. Maybe that's not the recipe for it, but it definitely happens. And like, I was married for 10 years, and like I feel like I've made better music since then. I consider that a blessing, but it really
tunnels you've gone down.
It humbled me and like gave me an even more human experience.
Or a lesson shared. Yeah, I'm thinking like DMX. I'm thinking of 50. I'm thinking of like just people who had a rough.
The best songs come from pain.
Yeah.
And there's another song on the album, of course, called Involved, and like there's very it's 3 very unique perspectives on it. Like we got our homie
and it's a West Coast Avengers Fam Likely team up.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's dope. Sham's on it.
Yes.
Yeah. He's tangents to meat in our sandwich on that.
That's dope.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah,
Fam Likely, everybody.
All right, everybody. That was it for our show.
But it's a song.
Just logistically.
It's a song. Chronologically. chronological sausage or chronolosage. Anyway, the song involved on the Fam Likely album is Fam Likely and West Coast Avengers with different angles on fatherhood, and it's a really different and different kind of
perspective from someone who's
both fathers, right? Both.
like I'm involved in my partner's kid's life.
Okay,
he's
similar to me too.
Right, it's different situation. It's kind of talking about these different angles of being involved in kids' lives.
Right.
And the fatherhood.
Sham, he just had a baby.
New father.
New father.
So
you get,
all these different perspectives.
You get stepdaddy, then you get a dad who's in the picture, and that I guess that nuclear family. Maybe gone separate ways. So so you're navigating through that and telling the kids that, hey, look, even though that's not how we started out, I'm still always going to be there.
Right.
And I don't have any problems with your mom or whatnot. This is just how it worked, and you're gonna love you the most. You're gonna have double presence, and I'm always gonna be involved in your life. So it's really dope to show three mature men speak about their involvement in their kids with different situations that people can relate to.
Some real stuff.
Yeah,
that is dope. Because I'm thinking I don't know how early you guys were when you guys started making music and rapping and stuff, but I know I was probably 13.
Same, 12.
Yeah, around that time. What you're rapping about is not as meaningful as that, or mature enough to handle heavy stuff like that. I mean, or offer something mature lessons like that.
Well,
and to be able to approach it in
right,
a mature
that's what
way.
it is.
Because the way I would have handled a breakup song 10, 20 years ago,
different
madness.
Right,
but now I can look at it okay, how did I contribute to this?
Yeah.
How should I be accountable for this? And hey, is that person really evil, or are they just an individual with their own wants and needs, and they have their own mind? How can I?
You're really going in on the perspectives.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
To where I said, even these songs that may seem like poppy or friendly and that, there's some very deep trains of thoughts in there.
I mean, my favorite B-side on the album is a song called "Surreal." Because I'm talking about how I love. Thank you. I like that. I'm talking about how I love the scene, how I love the community, and how our work is to help make the community a tangible thing, to make it something you could touch, to make it real. I really mean every word of that, and I felt so fortunate that we had a beat so beautiful in a song that allowed me to express that idea in a way that was not corny to me, that made sense to me.
Yeah. It's cool when you can pass something like that off without it being corny.
Right.
That's always my filter.
I have a lot of earnestness in my raps.
Would I write? That's always the thing I'm thinking. Is this corny or not? Is this just something anybody could say, or am I putting some real poetry to this? Yeah. That to me is important. Writing at our highest levels that we can write.
And sometimes
the term that KRS-One made called edutainment.
Yep.
You can educate them, you can entertain them at the same time.
Oh, that's such a dope term, yeah.
No one wants to get preached at.
Yeah, true.
Even you say Rage Against the Machine, they were super political, but they made it sound so cool. And it's oh, this is, okay, I'm rolling down Rodeo with a shotgun. Okay, yeah, it's just,
Yeah, that's dope too. What were you going to say too, Tangent?
Sometimes you got to be a pioneer with saying cool shit before even the people I say wiggy woo and it just sounds, it's silly, right? But I've been saying wiggy woo for years and now people know what I'm talking about. It's like a call and response, wiggy woo, But also I think about West Coast Avengers' second album, the song Fire Breathers, where I'm Sean told me not to put this line on the album, but then it's on the album and now it's one of my favorite lines. But I'm we make rock songs, we make rap songs, putting the Inland Empire on the Maptron. And then he's like, what the hell's a Maptron? I'm I say everything Tron, Wiggatron, Tron, it's Tron,
I think of Diggable Planets,
right.
Their slang was so
right.
It's there.
And now I love that shit, on the Maptron. Every time their song plays, I'm banging out to that. And people, young guys like Moody and Nashawn had told me dude, I remember seeing you guys do Fire Breathers. These guys, I'm so old.
I heard that track too. That's a dope track. Yeah.
I'm so old and fortunate to have young guys like that tell me, I remember being in the crowd, seeing you like that.
Yeah, you're not old, you're seasoned.
Seasoned like a tasty steak, like ODB would say.
But yeah, and you just gotta own it. Whatever you talk about, own it. Say it with straight face. I'm always going. I'm wearing Ninja Turtle shirt now.
Inland Empire on the Maptron.
I have dork on my arm in Old English just because it's silly.
Crazy.
I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be.
Oh, I thought that was a nod to the god Crod.
No.
It's not a Crod god nod.
No, but yeah, say even a man like me, that's our bar out underground song, but we're barring out like about how like such great guys we are.
That and Brood.
That's how I feel about Surreal, but I feel you.
Brood was a barred one too. I feel
Ooh, it's the double time one.
Yeah. That was a
And,
barred.
It's our nerdcore one on there too. It's our double time track and it's our nerdcore track. It's a
the
Batman
goth
theme
girls
song.
that are kind of like Batman a little bit,
Well, it made me realize like that. Not all, but a lot of the women that I've been fortunate enough to connect to in my life had a Batman-like broodingness to them because they're intelligent women with like a lot of emotional baggage.
Yeah.
Emotional baggage is the
I have a type. I'm not afraid to.
Okay, he's talking about a distinct thing.
Great song material.
Yeah, that's true. I got a road, gotta read. Yeah, it's okay.
Like, I may have created some of those villains.
Oh, God.
Speaking of villains, I'm going to ask you guys kind of a challenging one that might take some thought. I'm going to ask it really quick and then kind of talk a little bit. If you guys' rap style was a cartoon character, what would it be?
Darkwing Duck.
I just think it tells a lot. You came out with that quick, dude. Darkwing Duck. That's dope.
He is serious as can be, but like it's a little goofy too.
That's dope. That's really dope. Darkwing Duck. That's a throwback. You guys got to check that one out for sure.
Probably Spidey or Bugs Bunny.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Spidey or Bugs Bunny. It's like kind
very
of smart,
humorous too,
like
witty,
intellectual, but trying to kind of undercut it with a wry smile.
Oh, I see me with them carrots, son. That's what he just boasted now, you got a little money, whatever.
So can you guys just talk about a little bit, like, how does some of the nerdcore stuff come into play? Like, what different things do you guys like that you guys end up bringing in? Or what haven't you brought into your lyrics yet that you've been wanting to, but you just haven't found a way to fit it in there yet?
I kind of want to do Biggie had I had dreams of messing with an R&B chick. I want to do that with like a comic book version of it, because we all have our comic book crushes,
That's crazy.
Oh, Marvelous Girl.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Or sci-fi women that we love.
That's not a bad idea.
From Dragon Ball Z.
I mean,
16.
Yeah.
So we have a song with Cam Gnarly on that album called Likely.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I have a line where I say, "Girl, what are you trouble for? It's magical like Dumbledore." So it's like it's not even a nerdcore song, but I just can't help but like
It's a secret
to me, it's also kind of
slip
like
it in there,
it's kind of like showing it. The speaker that I am in the song is kind of signaling to the woman he's flirting with, like, I'm silly for you, like I can't help but I'm so into you that I can't help but be sincere in how I present myself and my nerdiness to you. I don't have enough savvy to be anything other than the nerdy guy that likes you that I am,
Because the fact of the matter is, we won. Nerds won, right?
Oh, yeah.
We got persecuted, ridiculed for the longest time, but we held our ground.
Can I
and
say
now we're
something?
kind of cool. It's acceptable.
I
Nerd was a
never
derogatory
actually
term.
got beat up for being a nerd. I mean, it's people have been jerks. I mean, people are still jerks in an anti-intellectual way,
No.
But
when you hear
but I never got
that
beat
really
up.
cute girl say, you read comic books?
I've never
It
had
sticks with you
girls
for a while.
like dudes that read. Like
Now.
me and Diesel are going to have this debate right here. I think nerds have it okay. Honestly,
Lucky you.
I'll say like Star Wars, for example. That was something that was more nerdy, more inclusive.
That's a
Now
good point. When I was 9, it wasn't as
whiny.
cool as when I was 19. That's fair.
Now
That's
it's
fair.
more like
It's
girls. like it
acceptable.
more.
It's cool.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
For me, growing up, nerd was a derogatory term. It wasn't like something you could hold with power. I mean,
I see what you're saying. Like nerd. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's why I've embraced dorks.
What in hip hop has helped that change? Do you think?
I want to say the internet and just exposure to more
Any
people
particular
and things.
music? Do you think helped push that?
I think Tupac passing away, Kanye finally like helping create a post gangster rap paradigm. People like Lupe and Kanye and Neptune starting to have a little bit more of even just a sci-fi peppering of references.
Neptune's even with the nerd thing.
Peppering of references and peppering of like sci-fi style to their stuff kind of help bridge the way. For more genuinely, more holistically nerdy content like us, I think.
Yeah, true.
And people get the references because the stuff that people like.
MF Doom. A lot of stuff. Adult Swim.
Right.
Lots
all
of
in
stuff.
combination, added together, pushing it.
Yeah, like I always say, like with the internet, the things that we thought were like very niche to us that we only liked. There's a whole
We
world
found each
of
other.
people that can find each other and find community just based off of that stuff. So like the more stuff can spread around, even with Napster and Kazaa and all that stuff, and we find all sorts of albums and all sorts of music that we thought, oh, I like that. You like that too? Like one of my favorite favorite bands is Coheed and Cambria, and name my daughter after them.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, but their drummer, what's his name, Josh. He has a side project as a rapper or a rap group called Weird Science with him and a producer, and it's just like straight up nerdcore stuff. And like I had no idea that the drummer from this emo screamo band from the mid 2000s had a really really dope like rapper producer project on the side. And I was like, oh, if I would have never walked into that Virgin Mega store and listened to the wrong CD, I would have never known that. And because of that, from their side project, the band became one of my favorite bands, and I ended up naming my daughter after them. Like it's been that influential to me, but I never would have known that. And by the way, Coheed and Cambria, their whole mystique is like based off of like they have comic book characters, and they write all their albums based off of these comic book characters that create, and it's just dope to me. But I would have never known that if I hadn't like heard a song online and went to go check out this album at the store. And you find out that rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah, I love stuff like that, though. I love how, like, you kind of find things in that way where it wasn't, where it was but kind of by chance. You just happen to run into that, discover artists that way. Yeah. I wanted to talk a little bit about, we were talking a little bit off air about it, how you're working with, trying to bring more of a sense of a community when it comes to recognizing artists and providing a platform for that. Can you just talk a little bit about that? Just working on that?
Yeah. If you go to Only Empire Now on Instagram, at Only Empire Now, you'll see the Inland Empire Music Awards Show, an organization that I've been fortunate enough to help co-found with a whole team of people, including the Garcia Center for the Arts and the San Bernardino City Department of Parks and Recreation. Have been our biggest partners for the last couple of years as we put on a music award show. Diesel is one of our main sound technicians as well, and he's helped in several capacities with the award show. And we give trophies, we give certificates of nomination. We have a program at the Garcia Center for the Arts in November. It's a real live, like a Grammys for the Inland Empire. Check us out at itsonlyempire.com or at Only Empire Now on Instagram.
Wow. Fire, man. I mean, to have like for as an artist, I'm thinking of it as an artist's perspective, to even have something to strive for, to be even recognized is super dope. It's beyond dope. It's
and let me
amazing.
add this: the Only Empire Now and the city of San Bernardino are teaming up to put on Juneteenth at Alguhin Park on Juneteenth itself on Thursday, June 19th, from 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. There's going to be an awesome Inland Empire hip hop filled music festival with winners from the award show, as well as a lot of great Black arts highlighted for Juneteenth, as well as a bunch of great vendors and food. And I'll definitely be there with Only Empire, probably with Fam Likely, probably with all my different organizations and groups. Come check me and all the homies out.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, it'll be. Oh, and it's free to the public.
Yeah.
Alguhin Park, San Bernardino, Juneteenth. Come.
Yeah, I'm planning a show pop up there too.
Oh yeah,
I'll pop up there.
We're gonna do. Not only are we gonna have like a music festival's worth of really sick artists, including oh gosh, Leotis and Nabian, like Grammy nominated, award winning, like crazy level producers. But we're also gonna have like local sports stars, like people who won like broken triple jump records and track
dope.
records and stuff, because it's a big sports park. Alguhin Park is like a big soccer park, and it's right by Little League Drive where they do national Little League tournaments. So we're gonna like really play up the sports and hip hop aspect of this Juneteenth.
Man, that's fire.
Thank you, fam.
What sort of things inspire you guys, to create?
So we earlier were talking about the 5 heartbeats. Diesel was saying like, oh, let's do a bonding night and watch the 5 heartbeats, and I just said we did it, and he was right. But it was the story of a band, a hypothetical band based on 60s and 70s Motown.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know where you're going.
So he was correct to have us watch that because he was correct to.
Was that an alley-oop to me?
He was correct to have us watch that because it totally gave us like a direction of like, oh, it's not just songs, but there's going to be a whole story of these characters, and Fam likely exists in a whole world, and we could like play it like that, and the audience will come into our world that we're creating. It's partly our hearts in our real life, and partly it's a creation, just like the 5 Heartbeats.
Oh wow!
I look at it like I was a morbidly shy kid, right? So I'm still socially awkward. I can rock in front of hundreds, but I'm still socially awkward on one-on-one situations. There's a lot of people that go through stuff that I've been through and whatnot. I may have a voice that they don't have. So if I can speak my experiences so they don't feel alone, because I know what it's like to feel alone. I know what it's like to be desperate out there. I know what it's like to not want to be here. So if I can talk to somebody and help them live vicariously through the song that I'm trying to express, I think I'm doing my part. Because the words from a stranger can save your life. So tomorrow ain't promised. I feel like if I'm wasting not putting that song out, I'm doing a disservice with my gift that I've given. Even if the gift was a survival technique or a hobby or whatever it may be, I'm wasting it if I don't put it out there. So I want to keep putting good stuff out there and leave a good mark. So when my time comes, knock on wood, because I want to get cybernetic parts, but when my time is kind of went, like, man, he did something. He left a legacy. He left some good stuff here. He wasn't a stain on history. Man, I think good things when I think about him. That's my motivation to keep doing it. And plus, like, I got kids, so like I want to let them know, just do what you want to do. Like, be good at it, practice it, but like you can do whatever you want to do. By the way, here's several CDs that Daddy made. You can do it. Don't let anybody tell you it's too silly, too out there, too whatever. That doesn't exist. That's, if it's important to you, just do it. Don't care what anyone thinks but yourself.
Yeah, I really enjoy you guys' music, man. I think you guys you guys put on a show. You guys know how to put on a show. That was very apparent. And then on top of it, the music you guys make, it's you're right. You know, when I think about days of having a hard day or whatever, and then hearing you guys, that's like, it uplifts you, I think. You know? But then also on top of that, when I put the microscope to the lyrics, I'm like, whoa, hold on. Hold on there. We got something here. What's this? Yeah. So I love that, you know, discovering and finding things when taking a deeper look and saying, oh, no, these guys are spitting too, you know, which is kind of crazy that you guys are very multifaceted and doing all these different crazy things. And then on top of that, beyond the music, you guys are also examples, you know, setting the bar for others around here, you know. I didn't even get to touch a little bit on your blogging thing, like, excuse me, not even thing, but, you know, you've been a big part in the blogging sphere.
Well, it led to the documentary, which led to the award show. So I do less blogging lately, and when I do think about how I want to do it, I want to start doing like food videos, because I'm always thinking and pushing, thinking about and pushing local. How early we were talking about El Pollo Dorado, right? So whenever someone says, "Oh, I'm in Redlands," I'm like, "Have you had Wingman?" Or Rialto, "Have you had El Pollo Dorado?" You know, like wherever in the IE you are, I'm gonna talk about the food spot. So I know I need to start making food blogs, and I want to start. You know, the award show has made me realize that, like, wow, people really care about my opinion, because I'm not the only opinion in it, but because I'm associated with it at times, people have thought that it's my opinion. And I'm like, oh, now I'm people who care about my opinion. Let me make my list again. So now I'm actually starting to think about putting out my own end of the year lists on some of my favorite stuff too. So I'll be back. Speaking
of this, we're going to be doing a special episode coming soon where we're going to talk about the people's consensus of their personal like top fives, not just like the mainstream top fives, but just like yours personal top five MCs. So I'd like to pose the question to you guys now as you guys think about it, to see what your guys' top fives would be, you know, that influenced you, or just like your honest opinion of who your real top five is. One of my top fives, for example, is a Christian artist named Ambassador. Not a whole lot of people know about that guy, but that dude was like a Wu-Tang and like Christian rap in the early 2000s. Yeah, so he was mad dope. But
that's tight.
I'm curious if you guys wouldn't mind honoring us with that.
Sure.
Top five for you personally.
I got to whittle it down because it's changed over the years.
I could rattle one off just with the qualification. You know, go ahead.
Off bat, to my personal GOAT, you know, rest in peace, Chino XL. I get Busta Rhymes up there. Busta Rhymes can talk about anything and make it sound cool. He's probably been saying the same verse since '87, but he makes it sound so cool. Tech Nine is the master delivery. Same thing. He can take regular things and give such great theatrics.
I like
to
that
him,
bar he said where he was like something 9, like he stretched it. I was like, oh,
yeah,
whoa.
just making his voice just an instrument. Besides just spitting lyrics, he's making an actual instrument on it, and like it's just ingenious the way he puts stuff out there. Common was always a one for me. Yeah. I'd always get a Common album like
he checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah,
Like, he checks a lot of boxes.
I knew with confidence I could get his stuff like Common's got something to say.
Yeah.
He's got something to say.
Even lately, he put out something with Pete Rock not too long ago.
That was cool.
It was cool.
I like that album. Also, Something Grand. That's my favorite track.
August. Oh, that one.
5. Ooh, that fluctuates a lot. You know what? I still love M. M is a master rhymer. I think he's better now than when he was younger. He's more mature and his stuff is way more put together. Yes. He's a much better rapper nowadays.
Wow.
I learned a lot about that technical stuff from him and, vicariously through like Cool G Rap and all the other triple syllabic people. Yeah. But I learned a lot of stuff about rhyming from listening to him. He's been a genius for the longest time. And I know like the shock value stuff, that's what people like and know him for, but his rhyming ability is just, and you can never take that from him. He's so good that it's become a thing to say that he sucks. Who does that? Like, even if you don't like his music, you can
played out.
You can still say that it's like saying Bruce Lee was a crappy fighter. Like, no, he's the best. It just doesn't look that flashy because he's beating everyone up with the same move. But yeah, I've always dug his stuff, and like, my list changes over the years. Like, Big Pun was on there for a while and whatnot, but those core, it usually revolves around those core 5, just because those people, they sound like they care about what they do. Yeah. And that means everything to me in a rapper. I don't care if I don't relate to all the music that you make. Even say Cool G Rap, I couldn't relate to his stuff. I couldn't relate to Spice One's material, but they were really, really good rappers, and they cared about what they did, and that meant everything to me.
Fire list. Thank you. Yeah, from Diesel 5K1. I love that name, by the way. The 5001. Not only did you go to 5,000, but you said
a little extra
and 1.
Just in case there was another one. Like
that was dope. Genius, dude. I love the name.
Thank you.
I feel like the technical GOAT, is Micah 9.
Okay.
Micah 9 from Freestyle Fellowship. It's just when I listen to his discography, there's just nothing he can't do. Like, he's doing the melodic, he's doing the deep, he's doing the fast, he's doing the slow, single time, double time, 80s style, 90s style, new styles, live bands, group stuff, solo stuff. He's the GOAT. Like, I've never heard anybody do stuff that he can't do. He just, and his discography is quite good. But it's so complicated because I feel like while he has more technical abilities than AC Alone, I think AC Alone has a stronger discography, But so if I guess, okay. So I mean, let me be loose here. So Micah 9, Idea is another one that it's just like he's. I think the only person better than him is Micah 9. Micah 9, Idea, Lupe Fiasco, Corrupt.
West Coast guy there.
And yeah. Lupe Fiasco, Corrupt, and then 5th, Revolving. I mean, like you said, it changes depending on my mood. But that 5th one, some days it might be Open Mike Eagle. Some days it might be the homie Greaseball from Riverside, who's like probably my favorite indie rapper from the inland. I think his album Sleep Cowboy is like as good as Open Mike Eagle's Brick Body Kid Still Daydream. I think it's like the classic of that order. So yeah, that's my very messy list of 5.
I love the list, guys. This is a sick list.
I want to give thank you, honorable mention. I hate saying local rapper. I like saying like they're close, like they're accessible. Sure. But the homie Lo-Fi Lee, formerly known as Bruce Swilly, formerly known as Adversity.
What is it like
from the Arsenal? I remember the group. It was the Arsenal. I know
English Class Project. Like
he is just a great fucking
killer.
rapper.
You guys are putting me on game.
An amazing rapper.
We'll send you his stuff. Yeah,
he is just one of those dudes. Like, I remember, like, when I had taken a break from music to get back into the scene, and I did a show in Fontana at Loretta's Lounge, a rehab for hip hop. And I remember he got on stage, and like I was just intimidated by how good and flawlessly good he was. He's a really nice guy. He raps mean, but he's a really, really nice guy.
Oh,
and
yeah, he's
I
very
remember
nice.
just being so intimidated yet inspired, like, because I was feeling myself. I thought I was dope, but then I heard him rap like, he is dope.
Yeah.
I got to go back to the drawing board, not out of spite, but like, I got to step it
Just
up
step
because
it up.
I got to be on the
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
You know, and he's done a couple verses for me over the
Right.
years, and it's always been like flawless 5-star performances.
Right.
He is such a good rapper and
Yeah.
a really cool dude to know. Like, I'll introduce you guys. He's just an amazing
He's
dude.
someone to get.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you guys put me on.
Oh, and he's been in multiple generations of the scene. Like when you start talking, he'd be like, "Oh, you were in that group. Oh, you were in that group. Oh, you would represent." I'm like, yeah, you're gonna trip
Yeah,
out.
it's part of Cloud Makers, English Class
Cloud
Project.
Makers, English Class Project. He has a bunch of groups. He's in a group with me. we started a new group. But, yeah,
I'm in a group.
turn around. I'm in a group.
You were in that group too?
We were all in a group together. You were in a group with us with him, right, Lee? Right.
Like, it was like 6 degrees of low fighting.
That's right. Well, I'm definitely honored that you guys joined us. I would love to have you guys on again sometime.
yeah.
So you guys could be a repeated guest of ours.
Yeah.
Talk more about hip hop, more music, and everything. Of course, guys, they got an album that's out now.
Yes.
You guys got to check it out.
More than likely.
More than likely. A fire album. If you guys want to listen to it in the car, listen to it while you work out, listen to it just in the room, whatever, with your lady, with the homies. Like it ranges. The range is crazy. This is for everybody. And then you guys got to check them out perform. They performed just recently at the festival too. No,
The LA County Fair.
LA County Fair.
LA County Fair too. That was cool.
Bucket list.
Thank you.
Man,
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. That
Shout out Lion Like Mine State.
shout outs. Yeah, so you guys got to check out their music.
Yes, please.
Where can they go to buy the album here?
So you could go to the link in our bios. If you go to Tangent Wiggy, you go to Diesel 5K1, or you go to Fam Likely Official, any of those on Instagram or on Twitter or on any of the social media, you could find us. If you hit that the link tree in any of those bios, you'll find the even.biz link to the Fam Likely More Than Likely album. And then in a week, it'll be on streaming and Spotify and all the rest.
On every single thing. You'll be able to find us. We have videos. We're gonna we'll be accessible.
By the time you're watching this episode,
fam likely. It'll be you can buy it likely.
Yeah.
More than likely you can get it.
And then by the summer, then we'll have the physicals as well.
Oh,
So
man, that's awesome.
we need
That's
those CDs
awesome.
because we're old.
I like
guys.
the physical copies.
We're seasoned guys.
They
Collectibles.
sound better.
I love them.
Yeah, that's true too. So peace to Fam Likely. Thank you guys for joining us
Thank you
here
so
on the
much,
show.
Isaiah.
You guys are so awesome, so
Aw.
dope, and we gotta have you guys back on again.
Thank you so much.
Very
Much love. We appreciate that.
Everybody else, of course, we're dropping episodes every Monday, sometimes Thursday. Make sure that you guys are catching us. If you haven't already followed, subscribe, please do share or comment. Let us know who you would like us to cover next on the albums. And of course, we appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.